Should this be higher? I feel like it's low. I'm sitting on a chair that's not great. Can this chair go up at all? Oh, shit. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Brandon Lord. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about working remote versus working in office, because if you've seen any of my recent videos, you know that I recently got a new job and I went from working remote for about 2 years now, 2.5, I don't know, to being full-time back in the office. And it's definitely been a shift. I did see a comment, I think someone said, oh, you should talk about like the differences about working from home versus working remote. And I'm like, it's not a bad idea. I'll take any help I can get with what videos to make, so please feel free to comment even more video ideas below this video, because I need help. Anyways, I narrowed it down to about 5 key, like, main differences between working remote and working from home. So, I'm gonna talk about them. So the first main difference I thought of was waking up and, like, the commute. So, working from home, you can wake up a lot later. So I had to start my job at like 9 a.m. So I was waking up at like 8:55. You know, I'm one of those where I set multiple alarms to kind of, I guess, torture myself. I don't know. But just to be sure that I wake up on time, I would set an alarm for maybe like 8:30, 8:45, and then 8:55. Because, you know, didn't have to worry about traffic. Whereas now, I definitely have to drive a lot further, and I definitely have to go through that morning traffic on the highway and rush hour traffic, which I don't mind the morning so much. I feel like it's not too bad, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's calming. It's a peaceful drive to the office. The rush hour, And now I do wake up a lot earlier. I usually wake up like 6:30 to 7-ish within that time frame. And I try to leave by like 7:30 to 7:40 and like get to work, depending on the traffic, like 8:20 to 8:30-ish. I don't know. It really depends. It all depends. But with that being said, I'm getting up 2.5 hours earlier. So that's fun. I kind of like it though. I've become a morning person. I'm recording this on a Saturday and I woke up today at 7:30 a.m. The second main difference between working remote versus working in the office is the social interaction. Working from home, you just gotta be social with yourself. You're also kind of social, I guess, electronically, like you're messaging people and emailing, and like if there's Zoom meetings, that's kind of like a form of social interaction. Whereas in the office, you're just around people. I went from working alone in my spare bedroom / office to working at like a group table with like 4 other people, and then there's 4 other people across in the same room, and then there's my boss in a room next door, and then there's other people down the hall. I'm around a lot of people, and I have to keep a conversation with a lot of people. It can be a bit exhausting. That being said, I do feel like less of a hermit and more one with the world now that I'm talking to people other than myself. So that's nice. I will say though, like sometimes I just like get in the zone though. Like, when you're working and you're like trying to figure something out and like you're just like in the zone and you got a lot to get done. And when you work from home, like you're able to just do that and there's really not much interruption. Like you're by yourself. There's no one really there to interrupt you or like try to talk to you. In the office, some people have a tendency to like break out into conversation, and then some people will try to talk to you even though you have your AirPods in, and it's like they should know you like can't hear them, but for some reason they don't. So that part can get a little annoying because sometimes you just need to get stuff done and you don't want to talk to anybody and you're like stressed. Other than that, overall, I will say I kind of like the social interaction element. Number 3, clothing. So, when you work from home, you can wear your sweats. You can wear pretty much anything you want. Your pajamas, you could wear nothing, even though you should. Because, if you're gonna Zoom especially. But I guess then, if you think about it, if you're just if you don't have any Zoom calls and you're just working, whatever, I digress. There's not a dress code when you're working from home. When you're working in an office, you definitely can't roll in with your pajamas, even though some people do, kind of. It's more business casual, you know. I went to Express, they had a deal on polos. I had to buy a bunch because all my polos and like even a lot of my pants from 2.5 years ago, they didn't really fit anymore, which was triggering in itself, but that's fine. You just gotta dress up a little more and present yourself a little more. Whereas working from home, you could wear whatever you want. Even if you have a Zoom meeting, unless you really needed to like show yourself, a lot of times you can get away in Zoom meetings with just turning your camera off. So like you really do not have to care about how you look. And trust me, in the morning when I had early Zoom meetings, I wasn't showing myself because I was getting out of my bed 5 minutes before and I literally had a bed head. I didn't even do my skincare, didn't do anything. I was just wrapped in a blanket because I was cold. And I was just listening to people talk and interjecting when I needed to. The fourth main difference between working remote and working in office would definitely have to be, I guess it depends, the productivity and the like amount of breaks you take. It's very easy to be less productive working from home and taking more breaks than you probably would in office because you're next to your bed. You can take a nap, maybe during lunchtime. Maybe you just randomly throughout the day you want to take a 30-minute nap. You can't do that in office. You know, as far as being productive, I like to think I was super productive working from home. I mean, I got my work done and there was no complaints, so I was fine. But you definitely can't get away with like being less productive in office, especially if you're in an environment when you're like close to your boss and like close to coworkers. Like you're more exposed. You can't be on your phone as much as when you're working from home. So I would definitely say, even though like you could still do well working from home and be productive, I think you definitely you lean towards being less productive working from home as opposed to working from the office. Now, my fifth and final main difference between working from home versus working in the office is the separation from work and home. You know, I took it for granted kind of because, you know, it's nice working from home and like you never have to leave your house and that's like great. And like the reason number one, like there's no commute and like you're just chilling at your house not having to go anywhere. But there really isn't that separation between, I guess you could say, your work mentality and like just being at home and relaxing mentality. With my office just being like a 2-second walk from my bedroom, when I would get off of work and like go to my room to like relax and like be done with the day, it still kind of felt like I was at work. I couldn't really relax and the environment was just it still felt kind of stressful. Whereas now, yeah, I'm stressed at work and like, you know, there's a lot more things to do with my new job, especially and like with the company and all that. And I'm still trying to figure things out being new. But when I leave that at work. And then I feel instantly more relaxed when I get home, when I get in my bed and shower and then get in my bed because I don't get in my bed directly from working because that would be disgusting. Germs. And even though I might find myself thinking about my job, like if there's something stressful that I just can't figure out and it's just stuck on my mind, it's still like, I'm still like, look, you can't do anything about it right now. Just relax. You're at home now. The separation from work and home is very important, just like mentally. So those are like the 5 main differences that I could think of between working remote and working in office. I think given all of that and thinking back, I have to say that I prefer probably working in office. I think even solely just for like the separation between work and home. And you know what? I like getting dressed up and doing all that and being nice and like kind of not having to be in my pajamas all day, even though that is nice too. But in the commute, working from home is just better. I think overall though, working in the office has definitely got me out of like a mental funk I was in working from home. I just felt like I was never leaving my house. So now that I am like working in office and like being productive and having that social interaction, I definitely feel a lot better and more productive just in general in my life. And I feel like I've definitely like grown in a lot of ways too. But no, overall it's been a very positive career change for me. So I like it. With that being said, that's pretty much it for today's video. Comment below any other video ideas you have for me or anything you want me to talk about more. And make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. See y'all next week. Bye.